welcome to ETTO's Catch Up. I'm Will.
I'm Josh.
And on the only show, that music's louder than usual.
It's also too hot.
Josh is stripping. On the only show, we're number none. We're number none.
Number none.
Yeah.
And soft cloud convolution.
Oh, wow.
On this episode, I was really worried I wouldn't be able to say that when I looked back at what I'd written.
Mid-strip.
Soft clouds.
Soft clouds. Are they hard clouds?
Yeah.
We'll find out.
There are, for the sake of that.
I watched, there was a TikTok of a lady standing on top of a really tall mountain, and she was like, yeah, like really excited. And then the clouds came in, and I thought she was going to die, but I forgot the clouds are like just air. And so she couldn't get hit by them. They just went through her.
Because of what clouds are, like they're kind of just clumps of vapor.
Yeah, moisture. Yeah.
Are they even soft?
They're wet.
Yeah.
Can you be hard and wet?
Like, is... Yes?
Yeah.
Maybe. Yeah. I don't know.
Yeah. I can.
What a start to the podcast. Because water comes in, three different forms.
Yep.
You've got, like, wet water, liquid.
Yes.
I said wet instead of liquid.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Yeah.
And then you've got, like, steam.
Yep.
Like mist, vapor. And then you've got
Like
ice.
Hard water.
Frozen. So therefore you've got like hard water.
Yeah.
And then you've got the two other forms of water, but are they soft?
Yeah, they soft.
Or can they not be described as that?
I feel like, yeah.
Is water soft?
It's water soft, because when it pours on you, it's physical. It's not like someone tickled you.
Yeah.
Like if you
if you tapped the top of water,
it's soft.
Would you say you're tapping something that's soft because your hands are going through it? But then if you like fall onto water, you can die.
That's
from
true.
a certain height. Like you break.
Yeah.
Surface tension.
That's true. I almost dipped my hand in the cup I had, but then I'm like, then my finger's going to be wet. That's just not fun.
Just don't worry about that one. No.
That's a great question.
Yeah.
Is water hard or soft?
That's the next argument for a stream that I do with Ben.
Yep. Yeah.
Is water soft?
Moving on from books. Is water soft? I'm
Incredible.
getting the answer.
So
his question, how are you?
Yes, I'm good. Good. Yeah, obviously just ramping up to wedding time, I guess. 2 weeks tomorrow at time of recording.
Crazy.
Freaking ridiculous.
Crazy.
It's so stupid. But it's good. I told you just before, we've started to move Maxine into the apartment. So I'm starting to need to put some things away so that my apartment looks less like a man cave and more like a place that a man and a woman live. So there's some, Assassin's Creed statues out around my TV. They're going to go back in the box so that there's like some extra squares for
candles,
like flowers, candles, something like that. I don't know. So there's a bit of that going on. I've been working this week. I've shown you. I've been working on the wedding playlist.
Yeah.
I don't know if I've mentioned this on stream before, but basically DJs are too expensive, and the music that we have has a lot of dead space, nothing groove, because it's a lot of like 70s disco.
Yeah.
And the interesting part
of play out as well, like until fade, and it's like great.
Yes, yeah. But like a lot of 70s disco, the famous parts of the songs that we know end about 2 minutes into the 4-minute song. And so it's just the disco groove for ages, because these songs were designed for like choreographed dance routines at competitions.
Yeah, and then the singer comes out. Midway through.
It just becomes not interesting after a while.
Yeah.
And Spotify allows for like, you can crossfade songs. So we were like, if we were doing mostly modern songs, that would probably
Yeah.
be fine.
Yeah.
But because we're doing this, like so much 70s stuff, it's Maxine's like passion is 70s music.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like, that's not going to work. So I'm editing all the songs. I've like got, I don't know, 30 plus songs, 30, 40 songs, and I'm like cutting them up and fading them and crossing them over. And it's sick. Like once the playlist is over, and the wedding, maybe before the wedding, I kind of want to like just give it to the patrons.
Yep.
As like, here's just a fun mix of modern and 70s, 80s music.
A little bit tepid.
Yeah, that's it. So you guys can just have it, because I'm like really excited about what I've done and some of the transitions. I've sent them to Will because I'm like, these are so cool.
Yeah.
But super quickly, I don't know how, if this is actually going to come through.
Yeah.
Anything?
No.
It's someone blowing a party thing.
Nice.
Because it's Will's birthday at time of recording.
Time of recording.
Happy birthday, time of recording.
Time of recording. Yay.
Happy birthday, William.
Thank you. 26.
Exciting.
26. Wow. Means
Wild
nothing.
time.
Can't get a pensioner's card. Can't get anything yet.
When did we meet? How old were you?
I must have been 15 or something. Mm-hmm. Because we went to the Doctor Who 50th together, which was 2013. So
true.
it's at least, it's over 10.
Yeah. Okay, so it'd probably be closer to 12.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah. Crazy.
Sick. But happy birthday. Do you have
Thank
any
you.
plans? Do you have any
I don't
things
have
going on today?
I don't have a plan. Sam apparently has a plan, and he's told me
Ooh,
to
cool.
leave from 4 o'clock onwards open. So I'll
Nice.
find out what that is.
Just leave from 4 o'clock.
Yeah, I'll leave my house.
Get out of here. Nice.
So I think he's going to come pick me up, and
Very cool.
I'll tell you what happens next week. I don't know what it is, so
Nice.
I'll find
Nice.
out.
Very cool.
Just quickly, speaking of sweet stuff, in memoriam for GGAZ, which closed yesterday, time of recording, on Friday.
Such a bummer, man. The coolest
Yeah.
gaming bar in Melbourne. Now there's only lame ones.
Yeah. Big corporate bastards.
Yeah, we went to Bartronica. That one was rough.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I forgot about the other one.
Yeah.
the big one.
The killer.
Yeah, they're pretty.
Yeah.
They were okay.
They're fine. But yeah,
fine.
we lost GGAZ. I mean, they died to me when they stopped making the Widowmaker. That's not true.
That was crazy. that was the decision that really
Yeah.
shut them down. They shouldn't have done that.
I think so. It's just crazy because everything else stayed. Like, it wasn't like a big new menu. They just swapped that and maybe one other drink, and they were the best ones.
Yeah.
So-
And they added more alcoholic boba teas, bubble
Yeah.
teas,
But they killed.
and they weren't as good.
Rubbish.
Yeah, they got rid of their best drink.
I won't miss you. I will miss you, GGAZ.
No more slurp juice.
No more slurp juice.
Best or oddish, whatever, oddish
yeah.
juice. So good.
They should release a recipe book, but they probably can't because all the names are IP based. They'd have to change every name of their drinks. But
Yeah, I wonder, because surely you can still get like a picture of the menu,
oh yeah,
which would have just had the ingredients in it.
yeah.
You can just
work out
kind
the
of-
ounces.
Yeah,
That's true.
interesting.
We should do that. We should
We should get on that.
Yeah, Christmas cocktails for all.
Yeah, it'll be we'll make GG hard.
I like GG hard. Speaking of games, we're
Nice.
number none. You may have noticed Forza Motorsport, whilst it is the 8th entry in the Forza series, technically the 13th if you include all the Horizon games and stuff.
Yeah, right.
Which is crazy. The 13th Forza game. It doesn't have a number on it. Gamescom was on. Phil Spencer was talking to IGN. He basically said that the new game will be a service platform. He omitted a word in there, and he said that he was hesitant to add anything else because he knows that there's a lot of hate around live service platform. So he just called it a service platform.
Nice.
He said that a number in a title can give off the perception that the team needs to quickly move on to the next one, and he doesn't want that to be the case. He wants people to feel like they can invest their time in this one, they can invest their experience, and know that this is the place they're going to be playing Forza for years to come. And I think that's really interesting. Like, that is the truest and best way that live service games should exist. And it's weird that it's almost like when people started saying we don't have loot boxes and that was exciting. Hearing him say that is that where it's like, that shouldn't be exciting. That's how a video game works. A video game should exist and you know that you're going to play that forever and you're not thinking about the next one. And I found it interesting that he's saying that. I think it's like he says, it's a very heated thing, like live service, because as soon as a thing is not... It's weird. It seems backwards. As soon as it's not an installment or a sequel, it instantly feels like it's not finished. Like, when a game comes out and it's like, we're going to keep updating it. It's like, but why? Why isn't it all there? It always... Like, it's a hard thing to sell, at least me on, because I'm like, I don't want to... Like, a live service, 99% of the time, is buying more things after the fact. It's not always a free update of content. There's usually a price attached to it. So I'm intrigued. I'm intrigued. I like the idea though that dropping a number means that it's like, the team focuses on that being the thing.
It kind of reminds me in a way, I guess, of like Destiny. Like there's no end to Destiny 2.
Seemingly,
Destiny 2 seems like it's the only one.
Yeah.
I wonder at what stage they're going to stop
referring to it as Destiny 2.
Whether they'll just refer to it as Destiny and that's just what it'll be from then on. But yeah, obviously, Destiny, you've got to like pay for extra content all the time and stuff like that. So
yeah, it's interesting. Is it like, and I mean, I guess it makes sense. I guess they're hiding the sequels by not calling it a number. Really, they're releasing sequels, and it's like for Destiny, it's like really they're probably up to Destiny 7 in terms of the amount of content they're putting in and stuff. But I think I quite like it. I think that it works in a lot of cases. It doesn't work for like games that go back to 1. Where Mortal Kombat's like, let's be Mortal Kombat. It's like, fuck you. No, that doesn't make any sense.
Numbering for games has just been thrown out the window lately. So
just give them subtitles, like Uncharted. Do they have numbers? No. Yeah, they did have numbers.
Yeah. Uncharted 4.
Yeah, but give them subtitles so that when it gets confusing, you can just give them. You just say the name. Forget about it.
Yeah.
It's always good. Yeah.
Yeah.
So Forza Motorsport. Please do well. It's in my pocket league. I want it to get a good score. And
nice.
That'd be great. But also Replaced don't come out this year so that I can sub in another game just in case. Although annoyingly Dredge is my second reserve, so I can't it'll be Minecraft Legends, which isn't great. Replaced is the beautiful voxel game that's like super Nvidia GPU intense.
Right.
That it was supposed to come out a while ago, and then it was in the Xbox games that are definitely coming next year, and then they haven't talked about it for a year. So I'm hoping it gets delayed, and I can bring in a different game. But
this looks like it should be The Last Night or whatever that game was.
That's why people were happy
this
that
should have been.
Replaced happened, because it replaced the problematic guys in that game and just looks the same, which is very
cool. Nice.
But yeah,
that's cool. That looks freaking great.
I'm very keen for that game.
Nice. Again, speaking of Microsoft, and Forza's games are always so good.
Yeah.
Like I guess I've only really played the Horizon games, but I'm sure the motorsports, the motorsports games are freaking incrable too.
Yeah.
Was that a mortar?
Yeah, it was a mortar. Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice. For video listeners.
But speaking of Microsoft, they've done something that's real freaking weird. Have you heard about their deal with Ubisoft?
No.
Okay, so I'm going to read essentially what is the first paragraph of nearly every article that I've read about this. I've listened to a podcast and I've read 3 articles to try and understand what this means.
Okay.
So I'm going to read the first paragraph. There's a lot of just jargon and stuff, and I didn't really understand what it meant for the whole system
Yep.
of what they're talking about. So Microsoft is restructuring its proposed Activision Blizzard deal to transfer cloud gaming rights for current and new Activision Blizzard games to Ubisoft.
Okay. That's
the transfer of rights is designed to appease regulators in the UK that are concerned about the impact of Microsoft's proposed $68.7 billion deal will have on cloud gaming competition. The restructured deal has triggered a new regulatory investigation in the UK that could last until October 18th. So, basically, this deal as well is set to go for the next 15 years.
Oh, wow.
So it's a 15-year deal that Microsoft is selling off. So the idea is they're selling off the cloud gaming rights for all of Activision Blizzard's games to Ubisoft. So this is because of, having too much of a monopoly on cloud gaming. And so Microsoft are like, okay, we're going to find a neutral party that, we think will be able to work well with this idea. So they've gone to Ubisoft. They're selling Activision Blizzard's cloud gaming rights to Ubisoft. So then Ubisoft then can decide, they can make all the decisions and have control over where they cloud stream Activision Blizzard's games.
Okay.
So that it can still go to all areas, all cloud gaming services that are available, like your Amazons and your anywhere that it could possibly be. Ubisoft have control of that, and they can decide where it goes. Even though Microsoft own it, and they will license the games back to Microsoft to be on Microsoft's cloud gaming platform.
That's wild.
So it took me a while to understand it because everyone just kind of said that first paragraph, and I'm like, but what does that freaking mean? What does that mean for anyone? What is that? But so it's basically so that Microsoft don't have the monopoly on having so many companies and so many games, and these games will only come to their cloud streaming. They will sell off cloud streaming to Ubisoft or some other company that has control over it to place it wherever they feel is best. And then Microsoft can purchase the rights back per game.
And then once the Activision Blizzard deal goes through, then they'll buy Ubisoft and have the rights to cloud stream gaming again.
Probably.
Oh, that's so wild. That's
it's a crazy thing.
Imagine having that much of a monopoly that you just go, well, what if we just don't have that bit? Will that help our case?
It is so many games though. Activision Blizzard is so many games. So giving it to Ubisoft and being like, fine, they have all of it. It's fine.
That's so wild.
It's nuts. It's such a weird thing. But for the next 15 years. So until 2038, Ubisoft will own the cloud gaming rights for Activision Blizzard. It's such a weird... It's a mess. It's so weird.
Oh my God.
It's just crazy. This whole situation with Microsoft buying all of this stuff is such a mess. That's why I said it's soft cloud convolution, because it's... convoluted, it's cloud gaming, and it's Ubisoft and Microsoft.
There it is. Okay,
there it
makes
is.
Sense now.
There you go.
That's a good one.
Method in the madness. Thank you.
That's your Barbenheimer.
There you go.
That's very
exactly
good.
Right.
If you want to know more about that news story, make sure you hit up Josh in the Discord, and he'll explain it even more in depth for you.
I'll try and do it again.
Yeah, he'll understand.
Maybe
he understands it all. If you need more information,
I get tech law now. I understand all of that.
You'll never be confused by a sentence ever again.
Nope, never again.
Crazy. What about this sentence? Got it.
I thought I was meant to actually understand that, but
I couldn't think of a nonsensical sentence quick enough. And
got it.
I can do noises.
It's fine.
Like this one. Yay! We have a PAX panel. It's going to be happening on Saturday, 7 p.m.
So soft.
Yo! Yo! in the Fruit Bat Theatre. We're back in our home.
Yes.
They only let us downstairs once, and every other year they're like, up there. Stay up there.
Get out of here.
Which is exciting. It's a big theatre, so it'll be very fun.
Still like 400 people, I think. So
Yeah.
come along. Saturday, 7 p.m.
Yep.
Yep. So you can go grab some dinner with some friends and then come back and hang out.
No, you can't. You're going to go from the back pocket panel straight upstairs.
Yes. And straight up to us.
And then just have dinner
come have dinner with us.
Yeah.
That's right. Yeah. Come hang out.
We'll go to one of the packed out pubs all along the strip.
Absolutely.
It's not true. 2 of them are packed out. Every other one is always empty. So we'll just go to one of the other ones. That
If you just walk down a little bit further, you'll get in.
If it's not the forum or the backyard or whatever, all the other ones are empty. So we'll find a place.
Backyard, the boatman's yard? Is it that
Yeah.
one?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Boat shed.
Nice.
Boat
shed.
Boat shed?
Yeah. No, the boat shed's the one near you.
It is. It must be the boatman's backyard. We'll go there. But very exciting. It will be milky. And this year it will be fighty. So
Yes.
get excited.
Fighting with milk. I love it. I love it.
Milk. Is milk hard?
I still want to kind of do my my idea of like soy milk. Remember I mentioned making our own soy milk.
Yeah.
I'm still intrigued to do that maybe for a challenge or something.
Yeah, I'm down.
We'll see.
We're going to spice it up. Expired
that's it.
milk.
Oh,
Cottage cheese.
spiced milk.
Is spiced milk. Put some rum in
Spice
some
it
milk.
up.
Yeah.
That's it. Nice. I think the 3-day passes are sold out.
Yeah.
I think everything else is available, but they're at 80%. So come along.
Please do. It's
hang
easy.
out.
If you're a fan of Back Pocket and us, you get it both on the same day. So you only need one day.
That's it.
We
and you
did
can just
that.
like smash it all out. Like it's done. You only need to come at night.
Yep.
Don't even need to go to PAX.
No. Don't get
You can just
sweaty
come see us.
in a hole. Just go chill with your friends.
And it sounds like if they're I assume they're on Back Pocket is on at 6. So that's like after the floor closes anyway.
Yep.
So you're not missing anything.
Nah.
So there's nothing else to do after that.
You get to
It's
enjoy
just
the
our
whole
shows.
show and then just come and see us. Yeah.
Done.
Easy.
So good.
That's why we're the best.
We are.
Let's do the best segment. Welcome to Cues from Youse. This is where we answer cues from Youse. If you want to submit those cues, you've got to go to patreon.com/each to their own, get in the Discord, and submit those cues. Josh,
Do it.
you got a cue?
Do I have a cue? I think I did. Yes, from BMAP.
Oh, yeah.
We're trying again. We're going to see whether he's written... It's not the same question.
No.
What is the best level design that you've seen in a video game?
That's pretty good.
Is pretty good. I think for me, it's got to be a lot of the pure, back to basics puzzle or platformer games. And a lot of the modern ones are phenomenal.
Yeah.
So like your Celeste,
Yep.
incredible level design, like sort of pixel perfect precision needed most of the time and stuff. It's very, very just amazing.
Yeah.
And then on a slightly more 3D basis, I guess, like your Death Squared, like level puzzle design,
Yep.
sort of thing, especially like on a co-op basis.
Yep.
So cool. Any of those sorts of like puzzle and like puzzle games or the intense platformer games
Yeah.
nowadays. So like, I think there's an art to it now, and they just do it so well. Like spanning back to your Super Meat Boy.
Yes.
Like I feel like platformer games, they were hard, but I feel like well designed. But I feel like we've come into just a new world of like where indie games have taken over the puzzle game and the platformer game genre, where they've really stepped it up.
Totally. And
I feel like the level design in that sort of format is just incredible. And then you go to like your Metroid Dread, where that game was incredible and huge. But I've watched videos where they break down the fact that at different points, they lock off parts of the game to leave it as like fairly linear. So you will eventually fall into the place that you need to go.
Cool.
By just going into different rooms and stuff, like just going from one side of the map to the other, you'll probably come across the next story beat because half the map's frozen over because of something that you've done on one part of the map. And so it's locked away a whole bunch of stuff. So they literally show the map and they show like, this is actually the only places that you can go now at this point, even though it feels like you've unlocked the entire map. They've locked off parts because of things. And so you do just fall into it, which is why it feels like you kind of get stuck a little bit, but you still just, you play enough and you will progress. And it's all this like hidden locking away of the map. It's really clever. That game is quite incredible when you watch those videos and you see how they've actually, they still lead the player through. But yeah, just those sorts of games are phenomenal. Like, so good, so clever.
That's very good picks. I was gonna say, like a lot of those puzzle games, like Viewfinder, where they teach you such a good visual language that as soon as you enter the level, you barely think. You're like you can comprehend where a thing is based on just color, and you're mindlessly doing it in a good way. It's not not enjoyable. Definitely.
But it would be like they've taught you that sort of stuff to a point where if someone came in halfway through the game and watched you just jump into a level and start taking photos and doing things, they're like, how do you know what to do?
Totally.
They teach you such a language. Cool.
I think on top of all those is the kings of level design in 3D is Naughty Dog. And I think the best one is potentially Lost Legacy. I think I remember that being very like subtle red doors, and it wasn't like the early Uncharted games where things were so stand out. It's like, of course the fucking yellow ledge is where I'm going. I think Lost Legacy, there was a lot of like light, very subtle light cues. One of Naughty Dog's best things. It's just like, there's a bit more light over there, so I'm going to go check that out. And just the direction of the levels in that game were great, especially because the middle of it was just a big open like jungle section, and it would be easy to get lost, but it always made sense where you're going. And I think the other one is Deathloop. I think that ended up having very good level design, and in the kind of creativity of it, the openness of like how you can attack situations were very cool. And like because it was a game of looping, it was cool how quickly levels felt like home, and you're like, oh, I don't need to go that way anymore now. I know if I just go straight that way, I can skip some shit. And like, Deathloop, again, if you've not played that game, you need to get that in.
Do I have it? I think I've got it.
You got it behind you? Yeah.
Right behind me.
It was so good.
So good, man.
And I feel like it was up for Game Awards and stuff, but I feel like it was slept on. I feel like it did pass by a little bit.
100%. It's one of Bethesda's best games in the last little while. It's
absolutely.
I've got one more that I just thought of. Potentially more of a genre thing as well, but we both noticed it in what was the techie Dark Souls game that we played for a little bit? I'm blanking on the name now.
The Surge?
The Surge. Yeah. So that game and the little bit of Dark Souls that I have played before. They do level design really well and really interestingly. Like it's a game, they're games that you and I will likely never go and play. There's part of me that still wants to go and like play Dark Souls and see if I can get into it. But just the way that the map, like you find a direction to go, you go in that direction, then somehow you've like circled back and unlocked a shortcut for yourself. And that constantly happens in the Surge and also in the few 4 or 5 hours of Dark Souls that I did play. Just so clever. Like the way you don't realize that you've circled back and you don't realize where you are until you just come across like a ladder or a door that you can only unlock from one side, and then suddenly you're there. Super, super clever. And now I've also just thought, of another one. Crap. What was the Fox Zelda type game that came out? Tunic, thank you.
Yeah.
That game, holy crap. That game does some level design in an insane way.
Yeah.
Just the way that you can head in a direction and you go so far, defeat all these enemies and bosses and stuff, collect a bunch of stuff. And then when you get to the end of it, you end up it sort of funnels you into a corridor, which takes you through all these hidden trees and back ways that then take you back to almost where you started.
Yep.
But you don't unlock anything to get there. They were always there.
Yeah.
But you just didn't know until it funneled you back into it. So it's there's you can you can walk behind this tree, and if you walk behind this tree, there's this whole pathway that you could always get to, but you just didn't know about it because it's so narrow, and this other open area just slowly funnels you into that shortcut.
Yeah.
To come
That's so cool.
the other way. It's so clever constantly. And it's just this map is insane. It's absolutely incredible. I constantly found myself just being oh my goodness, again, you've done it to me again. Every hour or so of that game is just some new discovery that's holy crap.
I'll boot it up at some point.
Yes.
Other question, DJ Dolph asks, Rogers the Musical is a thing. What other MCU character deserves a musical?
Oh, it's a good one.
You could do it's almost the same words, except they're different. Demon in the Bottle, but Phantom of the Opera style, Tony Stark dealing with his alcoholism, but it's an alter version of himself. And they're opera battling, and it could be a cool rock opera.
That would be cool.
That would be.
I like
fun.
that. Yeah, that's sick.
Instantly was what's sad, because a lot of musicals are sad most of the time, and I think that would be a pretty fun one. What other characters?
In a similar way, and purely because you could get Tom Holland, who I know is retired now or whatever he said.
Whatever he said.
But he's retired from acting and stuff. But if he still wanted to play Superman, you could do a clone thing and then also have Tom Holland musical against himself somehow.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Two different versions similar to your Tony Stark thing.
You said Superman, and I was very confused.
Did I?
Yeah.
Don't know why I said that. Spider-Man. What the heck? What's wrong with me?
Yeah. Yeah, that would be sick.
Against himself, as Ben Reilly, and just that inner turmoil as well.
Yeah.
So the same story, but one's drunk and one's a clone.
One's a clone. I think something Hawkeye, because both Hawkeye and Hawkeye can sing. So you've got two performers as the Hawkeyes. I feel there should be something within that. And I mean, within the world of the Matt Fraction comics, a musical isn't too far removed. There's some fun stuff to be had there. Especially because you could have a musical number with all the Russians just saying bro. There's no lyrics. It's just bro.
That would be so Matt Fraction as well.
Yeah.
That would go down so well.
Yeah.
Yeah. What else? We're gonna have one more because those feel like the obvious ones.
Yes.
Your Iron Man one was a cool story idea.
Yeah, something story related.
Yeah. What else do we have? Who else is available? Could we get a weird, again, a space opera with Brie Larson as Captain Marvel thing, because we know she can sing.
She can sing
from Scott Pilgrim and stuff. So do we get that back? Do you get her back in for a musical for some sort of crazy space opera?
You may see
about the Kree.
You may see it soon.
A Deadpool musical.
Oh,
we know he can sing.
That's true.
Got Hugh Jackman. Hugh Jackman's a stage performer.
Now that's a Marvel movie that needs a song. That's got to have a fucking song in it. Deadpool 3. Yeah. Surely.
Yeah. Totally.
Spirited, any of those kind of vibes in the Deadpool 3 movie would be awesome. That's such a good point.
Yep. Yeah, sick.
Very good question. There was one other question that I'm not going to answer here, but BMAC asked, for those who have not watched Rebels at all, what do we need to know before watching Ahsoka? I would like to make a video kind of after each of the episodes that's just like, not in the like, here's everything you need to know, I'm a fucking nerd, but like I watch it and I'm like, here's the things that I found interesting that you probably don't know. And then that means that in the comments, people can say, you forgot these things, and then we get engagement. You see.
Nice.
Very smart.
Good call. I like it. I've been,
Yeah.
I'll talk about it in the rec seg.
I know that segment.
It's the best. Rec.
That's this segment.
Good. Great transition. I love that we got all that art for the rec seg that we asked for like a year ago.
Thanks, everyone.
Thanks for sending in all that art, BMAC.
Yeah. Giving up,
Not
haven't
BMAC.
you?
Dolphin.
Joshy and Dolphin. And Dump Days. Give it another go. Give it another go.
Why not?
If you want to
Let's give
make
it a go.
this segment more interesting, put it in the
Please.
Discord. Rexeg.
Please help me. I always struggle with it.
It scares Josh.
I was going to say though, speaking of, people correcting you and stuff, I've been listening to Kind of Funny Games Daily again. It's been years. I think it was like pre-COVID I used to listen to that and started to drop off then. But I started to listen again because you guys, Back Pocket, called them out because Pocket Buds was second in the gaming podcasts tier
Like
list
rankings or something,
ranking
yeah.
of Australia, and called out Greg Miller and Kind of Funny, which is very funny. And I was just really hoping that Greg Miller would come on and call you guys out because he does some incredible rants. But now I'm like fully back in on Kind of Funny and listening to them every day, and it's so good. Like it's nice to feel like I'm back in like the gaming news again because I feel like I fall off without it. And so they just it's so fun. Like it's great. Love it. Love to get back into it. That's my rec.
There's your rec.
Go listen to it, especially this week's set of Kind of Funny episodes, or last week, sorry, from I think it was Gary Witter and Greg Petty on Monday. From that episode onwards, so freaking funny. And then they cover Gamescom as well, which is
cool.
helpful. Good to know if you haven't watched it. So
cool.
Definitely get into it. It's very good.
Not too much though that they stay on top. You gotta just a few people get into it.
That's it.
So Pocket Buds can go up. That's the important part.
Definitely, push them above.
Yeah. Last week, of course, Ahsoka came out. I thought it was neat. There's my rec on it.
There you go.
I'm keen to see where it heads. It's definitely Rebels Season 5, so I'm intrigued to know how people... what people get out of it without any of the context.
Interesting.
Yeah, it's very like... I think it does a good job of introducing the characters, but it doesn't do it in a big, like, this is who this person is. It's very original A New Hope kind of thing, where it's like, this is Luke Skywalker. He lives on a farm. That's all he is. And it's like... It feels weird knowing how much history they have that they're not big and important. It's just like this is a character which is good for a new audience. So it may be working, and I hope it does because it's very fun and
nice.
The first 2 episodes are out. Next one's out tomorrow when this streams.
Cool. Nice.
So very fun. You watch the thing?
Very good. I didn't watch a thing.
No.
So have you watched another thing, or is that it?
That's not what we're talking about. It's
pretty much it.
Murders. We'll talk about it in like 9 weeks when you've caught up and we're watching.
I'm still watching through season 2 again with Maxine. But one thing I can recommend. So I went to my new, I think, favorite bottle shop near me, just down the road.
Yep.
And I walked in. I think it instantly became my favorite bottle shop because I walked in and immediately just heard a woman go, "Hello."
Good.
And I was like, hey, how you doing? And they're like, how can I help you? And I said, do you have a hard solo?
Good.
I've had it now. Have you had it?
No, I still haven't. I've still not seen it at all.
Yeah. So they just, they pointed in front of me and there was a stack of boxes.
Yeah,
and
cool.
then they also had 4-packs in the fridge. So they come in a 4-pack with like that plastic like can thing that holds
Yep.
onto the individual cans, and then you hold it by that thing. And then also like a box of 10.
Yep.
So I bought 2 4-packs, one for me, one for Maxine's housemates, because they're big solo drinkers.
Yeah, cool.
And I showed them hard solo, and they were like, oh, cool. Like,
Yeah.
let us know when that's out. So I bought them a 4-pack.
Yeah.
It's really nice.
It's just
so
solo,
it kind
right?
of it tastes like solo, but there is kind of like a vodka-y, spirity aftertaste there. That's like makes the solo taste a little off. When you know it's alcoholic, you're like, well, yeah, of course, it's got to be in there.
Yeah.
So I think I can't remember if I've talked about it, but it says the alcohol in it just says neutral spirit. So it's not like vodka. It's
Yeah.
not a spirit that we're aware of. It just says neutral spirit.
Yeah.
So it's just something.
Yeah.
It's something. There's some alcohol in here apparently.
It's a ghost that doesn't pick a political side. It's just it just stays in the middle.
It's the neutral spirit.
It's a neutral spirit.
Neutral Casper. Yeah, but it is very, very nice. Yeah.
I'm keen to have it.
Yeah. Maybe I'll get another 4-pack for, or maybe I can get
a couple more.
a
Yeah.
10-pack for just before the wedding.
Yeah.
Can have a drink before the wedding.
We all need it.
Well,
You'll have all 10.
Maxine has said she will not be entirely sober walking
good.
down the aisle, so it's going to be pretty fun. Yeah. Her maid of honor is going to be just making her cocktails all morning.
Very interesting.
Yes.
Something I no longer have on hand because I've already finished it is Bomb
Nice.
Rush Sub-Funk
Nice
video game.
Oh, I'm so jealous, but I just want to play it on PS5.
It's good. You'll love
A
it.
couple more days.
It's very much your kind of game. I was pretty tired of it about halfway through. I was like,
Sure.
I'm not a score chaser guy, and I'm not a big Tony Hawk person. But it's very fun, very dumb story, and very it is points of reference are, of course, Sunset Overdrive and
Jet Set Radio.
Jet Set Radio, yeah. Big time those things. And so if you love grinding rails and doing little kick flips and stuff, you'll love the game. It's about 6 hours long.
Cool.
It for my gamer brain, I was like, I needed one more thing to happen. Like,
Sure.
about 2 hours in, I was like, I'm ready for you to do something else. But it's very much
Yeah, give
what
me
it
something
is.
new. It sounds very much my jam. I never played Jet Set Radio, but I played Jet Set Radio Future, which I think was the sequel.
Yep.
Because it came when I bought my original Xbox. The original Xbox came with a disc that had Gotham Racing. It had Gotham Racing, the original Xbox car racing game, which I think is due for a remake, I reckon. That game's sick. They probably won't because they have Forza now, but that game was great. And Jet Set Radio Future on the same disc.
Yeah, cool.
And I remember playing Jet Set Radio Future and being like, the heck is this? I didn't get it. I had no idea what was going on. So I just played a bunch of Gotham Racing. I think they were the 2 games. Anyway. And then one day I came back to it and I tried playing it again and got so into it. Freaking loved it. I'm like, it was so good. And so the fact that, it's got a spiritual successor, that it is seemingly doing very well. Like, it's reviewing quite well. Everyone's loving it.
Nines and stuff. It's crazy.
Yeah, doing really well. Because I think the original Jet Set Radio was a Dreamcast game.
Yeah, wow.
I think that's kind of where it started, and then expanded out from there. But yeah, like very, very keen to jump in on that. So waiting for it to come out on PS5 because I believe it will probably be a game that I would want to platinum.
Yeah, fair. Yeah.
I feel.
I've also been playing On Guard, which is the slash 'em up. It's a little bit piratey. It's very, very fun. It feels like it's going to be pretty short. I think it's only about 4 or 5 hours. But it's a really fun combat, like sword fighting game. I guess it's less sword fighting because you never really clash swords, but it's all kind of parry and stuff like that. And it's very fun. It's just got a great energy. I wish I had played this and then Bomb Rush, because you're about to do it. Hi-Fi Rush, Bomb Rush is very visually similar. So
Yeah.
I was like, I kind of should have had a breather, because it's like Hi-Fi Rush is definitely a more produced game. Cyberpunk Bomb Rush is very simple.
It feels a lot more indie.
Yeah.
I kept forgetting whenever I launch Hi-Fi Rush, I'm like, oh, Bethesda.
yeah.
Every time I launch it, I'm like,
This is
feels
an
like an
indie
indie game. Yeah. It feels like it should be.
Yeah.
But freaking, yeah.
It's just someone's side project.
It's crazy. It's so good.
But yeah, On Guard, very, very fun. Worth jumping into if you want it. It's got a nice bit of flair.
Yeah, is it oh, that was cool. I just watched someone your character hit like a metal bowl, and it just went bounce, bounce, bounce on a bunch of characters' heads. It's very cool.
There's great world, there's tables and stuff, and so if you position yourself behind a table and kick it, it'll knock enemies back, or if an enemy is standing on it, you can kick the table and they'll fall off it and it'll stun them, and so
That's
you can wail
so
on
cool.
them.
Yeah,
so
a bunch of environmental
it's
using the environment for things.
There's fire pits and grenade throwing kind of things, and so if as they're running past, if you kick the fire pit, it'll set them on fire and they'll blow up. It's very fun. It's a very well made game. It's definitely small.
Is there a story to it?
It's set up into chapters. It's similar to Hi-Fi Rush, very episodic, but there's not quite a story. It's very Three Musketeers. There's a big bad guy.
Sure.
And he's being mean to the town. You got to take him down. And there's not an arc. It's just some fun in that world. So
that's cool. Yeah. So
fun.
it says here on how long to beat, 4 hours.
Yeah, cool. Yeah.
So it's a short one.
Yeah.
So you haven't finished that yet?
No, I put about an hour and a half. So I'm keen. I've just been hitting a good stride of finishing every game I've started this year. So I'm like, I might as well keep doing it.
Yeah. It's good that you've mostly been playing short, small, indie games too.
I pick them. I know what I'm doing.
Yeah. It's what I've been trying to do in the last couple of weeks, because I'm I don't have much time. I can't jump into a big RPG. I want to play Star Wars. I still haven't played Star Wars. I want to get to it, but...
Oh.
Yeah. Yes. I think that'll actually be the next podcast that Ben and I discuss is basically our plans for the rest of the year.
That's cool. I like that.
Yeah.
Sick. Did you have something else? Or was that? You have it in the middle here, don't you?
No, that was it.
Oh, that was
my middle random thing that we don't normally talk about was
Han
Solo.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah. So that's it.
My last thing is read your art books. I just was I don't feel like reading a book. And I just watched Ahsoka, and I was like, I just read one of my Mandalorian books, and I was like, I of course there's words in there, but I don't think I considered how informative it actually is, and how it actually does talk about the design process of a lot of things. They are about the pictures, but read the little citations and you'll find out a lot about the things. Generally, just pick up your art books, because I don't know if they're not in frame here, but that bottom shelf, none of them have been read.
So
just have a read.
I've been using one of Maxine's ones as a laptop table.
Good.
While I'm doing my my music transitions, wedding audio stuff. But I just don't
read.
That's it. Yeah. I just don't want the laptop to freaking burn my lap. But yes, good idea. I keep thinking about it, because I know a lot of people that do video essays and stuff, like Javed Goodblood sort of stuff.
Yep.
So much extra information that they find that no one knows about.
Yep.
Is he gets from those.
Yeah.
There was one thing where he was there's this guy in, I think it was Skyward Sword, maybe. It was a dying enemy type character, and you go talk to him, and he kind of talks about the fact that he was once one of the kids of the Lost Forest, which is the area that you start in Ocarina of Time and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And those kids are not meant to leave the forest, and if you leave the forest, you become one of these enemies when you get old.
Yeah, right.
and then he read the book, and that's meant to be Link.
Oh, wow.
Because like Zelda is so like time travel-y.
Yeah.
Like
So
that.
yeah.
It was Link left the forest and whatever. Like it's so strange. Like there's weird stuff, and it's in the Hyrule Historia book, which I've never read.
So you don't get the full story.
Yeah, I didn't know, but there's all these little things, and like he's picked out little stuff. From that book. So it's like you could find out some really cool stuff about some of your favorite things in the world.
Yeah. If you read those books.
Very, very cool.
Books are important. They're still important.
They are. Yeah. Very relevant.
Yeah. As are we. So relevant.
We are. Always.
So much so that we have a segment called
Live on your television in 30 seconds.
But it's not in 30 seconds. It's sometime this week.
Yeah.
Like we're not that relevant. That would be crazy. But the ToeVee guide, that's where I tell you things that are coming up. Tuesday, the day this podcast comes out, is Dial of Destiny is available to purchase on digital, which you know what that means. But yeah, also very quick. It means you can you can find it, you can find Dial of Destiny if you need it.
You can track it down.
Yeah. Which I'll have to, because they don't come to fucking DVDs.
Correct. It's not here. You won't be able to get it. But you'll be able to get it.
Yeah. Talk to Melk or me. We know where they live. Where they live. I do know where Milk lives. That's true. Under the Waves is also pretty scary. PlayStation, Xbox, PC. It's a video game. It's about a dude that goes on an underwater expedition and refuses to come back until he finds the thing. And it's like an indie, like desperation sadness game, as we love to play here on ETTO.
It's Steam is asking me to input my age, so it's.
There you go.
Seems like a dark one.
Yeah. I'm very keen. It looks very fun. Not fun. Fun mechanically. But
yeah, it looks creepy as heck.
Yeah. So
that's cool. That looks great.
I'm very yeah. It's definitely one of those indie games that is going to pass people by, and at the end of the year, it's like, oh shit, I missed that. So give it a look. Under the Waves. Wednesday the 30th, Archer, the 13th and final season of the animated series.
Is that still going?
Oh yeah.
Holy crap!
I thought it finished when Arrested Development mum died, but it kept going.
Jeez, I thought it finished well before that. No. I thought it was just like, this lady from Arrested Development and Archer has passed away.
No, there was an episode about her.
I thought it was like, that was it. No, right.
So, series 13, it's broadcasting on Hulu, so it'll come to Netflix in Australia soon, not Disney Plus, which is weird. Also, Mario and Rabbids Sparks of Hope DLC 3 Rayman in the Phantom Show comes out on Wednesday. Rayman DLC for Mario plus Rabbids. Yeah.
That's cool for people that are into that.
Yeah. Want more of that game?
I wish I got into that game, into the first one. I just don't think that sort of turn-based strategy is my jam.
No. This one maybe a little bit more so because there was more movement. It wasn't as restricted to tile-based stuff. There was actually just move the character around.
Yeah.
So, but maybe not.
I don't know if I'm willing to spend that much money to not play it again like I did with the first one.
Yeah, probably don't. Don't do it.
Yeah.
Let it pass you by.
This time.
It is the last time Charles Martinet voiced Mario, though, so, maybe you should play it. It's
true.
pretty historical.
It'll be around forever. I'll be able to get it.
Yeah, you'll be able to purchase it for $70 in 2099.
That's right.
Because of Nintendo.
Freaking wild.
Yeah. They're products, though. That's why. They're products. Thursday the 31st, The Equalizer 3, Haunted Mansion, and Ego, the Michael Gudinski story, hit theaters. 3 movies. None of them are that great, I don't think, but, movies are out.
Not jumping out to me.
No. I'll see Equalizer 3 with Dad. That's a franchise that we enjoy. So they're Dad movies.
Cool. Nice. Yeah, for sure. They sound like them.
100%.
Like the Expendables.
Yeah, it's they're so shit. All 3 of them. The first 2 are rubbish, and this one's going to be awful as well. But they're fun. They're very fun.
Nice.
Adventure Time has a brand new series, Fiona and the Cake, hitting binge, which is a spin-off series of Adventure Time, which I'm sure will just slowly become Adventure Time again. Like it'll have everyone in it, and it'll just be the same show.
Yeah, that's an animated series that I wanted to get into.
Yep.
I feel
it feels like a U one.
I feel like I could get into it. It feels like it would be in the same vein, maybe like maybe with as much heart, but like a Final Space
totally.
sort of thing. Although Adventure Time was, probably more aimed at kids or made to be more family friendly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Totally.
Final Space, like first episode, I think Gary, whatever his name is, gets his arm ripped off and there are tendons like hanging out of his arm and blood spraying out. So it's
you don't get that on Bluey.
No. Not yet.
Not yet. They'll get there. Also on Thursday, One Piece, the live-action adaptation of the anime, hits Netflix.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Which I'm keen for.
Sick.
People have been calling it like the best one, which is very exciting.
It does look cool. Like the fact that they're going all in with the stretchy dude.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, there's the shot where he pulls his mouth open and everything.
Yeah. And I saw some stuff this week of a point where like he grabs everybody and like gives them a huge hug. Like he sort of like grabs them to hold them to jump off something to keep them all together. And there's like a bunch of them. So his arm is going all the way out and all the way back in. I'm like, if they do freaking crap like that, I know nothing about One Piece.
Yeah.
But like if they're going to do that in live action, I'm so in.
Fuck you, Miss Marvel. Yeah, totally. And One Piece is the one anime I watched a lot of as a kid. So I'm like hesitantly keen. Yeah.
Interesting.
It was because Toasted TV was like Pokemon, One Piece, and Totally Spies, I think, was the three things that it would play in the morning. And I watched the other two and not Pokemon. So I love those. And whenever I got to Pokemon, I'm out. So I'm
interesting.
keen.
I've never heard you talk about One Piece before.
I don't remember any of it.
I had no idea. Yeah, interesting.
Like, there's nothing to say other than I watched it. So I'm like, I'm intrigued to watch it to see if anything comes to light. And I'm like, oh yeah, I remember these bits. Also interesting is that the voice cast for the Japanese dub is the cast from the anime. So if you watch it with Japanese voice lines, it's the same people from the original anime, which is
that's cool. It's almost like a reverse Scott Pilgrim.
Yeah,
kind of.
They're back. The cast is back, basically. Yeah,
that's very cool.
And then on Friday, Disenchantment, another show, Josh, that is on their 5th and final season.
I would have thought maybe 3.
Yeah.
Don't remember all the other seasons coming out.
Nah. 5th and final coming to Netflix, and The Wheel of Time Season 2 coming to Prime. And that's all the things. Shows are starting. There's so many shows. It happens in waves. There's nothing, and then every show starts again.
Yep.
It's weird.
100%.
That's not all, because those guys were in the past.
Oh, yes. What else we got?
Well, coming up this week, Wednesday the 6th, Baldur's Gate 3 hits PlayStation. So if you haven't already played it,
very exciting.
You can play it on PlayStation.
I've watched the first hour or two.
Yeah.
Maxine's housemate
nice.
Got it yesterday at time of recording.
Yep.
And yeah, he was like, "Do you want to play 2-player?" I'm like, "Nah."
Yeah.
But I watched and it was great.
Yeah, cool.
Yeah, it was cool. He kept getting stuck at one point.
Yep.
Very early on. And I think it was literally just the game telling him, "You can't go this way yet."
Oh wow.
It's like, you're too underpowered for this, but it's the obvious way to go.
Yeah, right.
Like he had to climb up,
find something.
Like he had to platform essentially up a bunch of rocks that look like you're not really meant to platform up them.
Yeah, wow.
It's really odd.
That's so
very strange,
especially for a game that everyone's been like, you can do anything in it, and the game reacts. It's like, yeah, you can't go that way though.
yeah. Like there was a bunch of enemies that just killed him. Like maybe there was a way to do it, and he kept going back and trying to. Like, he experimented with the enemies and stuff to see, like, they're in a cave. Maybe they don't like being in the sun and they're weaker or whatever.
Yeah.
And so he tried to lure them out and couldn't do that. But, yeah, we ended up figuring it out after a couple of attempts.
Had to do some parkour. Also, on Wednesday the 6th, we've got Starfield available properly. All those people that are playing it right now got pre-release and shit. But Wednesday, everyone get into the game. I don't think I'm going to get into the game. I'm not with Dolphin in the sense of the thing that you'll hear next week. But but I just, it's not my jam. I've never fallen in love with a Fallout or anything, so I think it might. But who knows? It might be a Cyberpunk. I'll come back to it in 2 years and I'll be like, this is the best game ever. Wow.
Yeah, could be. I will try at some point with all of the time that, like, it's just so many things and it's such a big game.
Yeah, it's
going to be really hard to come back 2 weeks after the game's come out.
Yeah.
A bunch of other things have come out.
Spider-Man's out in a week.
Yeah, like, it's just, oh my gosh, man. Like,
maybe. Who knows? We'll find out.
Might get to it one day.
Maybe you can watch something. This could add to your playing resume.
What could I watch?
Thursday the 7th, Kung Fu Panda, The Dragon Knight, Season 3 hits Netflix.
Didn't even know they had a series.
Oh, yeah. All 3 seasons with the original cast. Your Jack Blacks and everyone is in.
Seriously?
Yeah. When I read that,
I was expecting it to be an impersonator or something.
Like, when I read that, I was like,
crap.
so that's why there hasn't been a movie. They've just been making fucking 3 seasons of a show.
That's crazy.
Yeah. So check that out if you want to.
Incredible.
Available on Netflix on Thursday. Another show that has way more seasons than I thought, Star Trek Lower Decks, the animated series. Season 4 begins on Paramount+.
Wow. Because I only found out about the series because of the game that came out. Like, there's a mobile game, Lower Decks, that I think Mighty Kingdom in Adelaide made.
Oh, wow. Cool.
It's... I did not know that was a thing. I thought it was just like, a fun little
like an animated
spin-off
thing
game.
Yeah. No, yeah. Whole show. Jack Quaid. The man himself.
Wow. Cool.
And they recently had a crossover with that show with Strange New Worlds, the live action series. So Jack Quaid and the other lead were in the live action show as their characters.
Very cool.
Which is very sick.
Very cool. Nice.
But yeah, season 4 hits Paramount Plus on Thursday. TMNT Mutant Mayhem hits cinemas on Thursday. It's been available for digital for a week and a half, but do what you want to do.
Has it really?
Yeah, because
you watch it now.
Yeah, you could just watch it because in America,
I know it's delayed.
Yeah, in America, it got released like beginning of August and went digital like 2 weeks after, and we're getting it now for school holidays.
So can we currently buy it?
You can't buy it. Also coming to cinemas on Thursday, you can see My Big Fat Greek Wedding number 3, which is very exciting. That was part of my childhood.
Incredible. The first one, I remember watching the first one at the movies, I think, for some reason.
Yeah, maybe with your choir.
They're fun.
Which you'll find out in another podcast.
Yeah. None of them look like they've aged.
No, it's fucked.
It's insane.
Yeah,
like the
oldest
auntie
people.
Yeah, the auntie with like the curly hair and the gray streak or whatever. Like, she looks exactly how I remember her looking.
Yeah, it's dumb.
Absolutely ridiculous. And the main girl looks
she looks identical.
Basically the same too.
The dude should never have cut his hair. He's so boring as a human because he doesn't have his long hair, and now he just looks so like it looks like they recast him from the first film. The dude that's in those other 2 movies, vanilla as fuck. There's no Fabio shit going on there. And to continue the very consistent trend of movies releasing on Thursday, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles for the family, or for the kids. My Big Fat Greek Wedding, see it with your mum and dad. The Nun 2, see it with your toddler.
See it with your priest.
See it with your priest and your choir. The Nun 2 hit cinemas. Trailing on from The Haunted Mansion, 2 films that probably should have released in October rather than just around
nothing
else. So fucking smart.
Weird choices.
Yeah. It's every year films that are just horror movies that belong around Halloween release in like August and September.
Or do a Diablo and release it on the 6th of the 6th.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
You've got choices.
Yeah, that's good. But
especially for The Nun. Like, I feel like The Nun would work for the 6th of the 6th.
Yeah, true. Yeah. Or Christmas.
Oh, it'd be a great Christmas movie.
Yeah.
A lot of people just who don't regularly go to church.
Yeah.
Go to church at Christmas.
Yeah. Go see The Nun.
Go see the Nun.
Go see the Nun.
Perfect Christmas film.
What a phrase. Go see the Nun.
Go see the Nun.
Check her out.
Go see the Nun too.
See the other one.
See her too.
See the second Nun.
Yeah.
And then on Friday, if you want to... No. You don't want to kick a ball in this game. NBA 2K24.
Oh man, I'm so excited for people to find out about the sports discussion about how into sports we are in the next couple of weeks' time.
We love it. We love all the sports.
That's so great.
It's on everything because those games go everywhere. It gets everywhere. Ooh.
Just
I can't.
the first thing that came into my head was it's in my crack.
The balls are in your crack? Oh, God. I can't wait to insert this into a podcast of two guys talking at like 11 a.m. on a Saturday that have only been talking for an hour, not 4. The difference in the people will be amazing.
We started recording at... we got on the call at 7:30 p.m. and it's now 11.
Jesus Christ. Go see your Nun and let's go back to the sane guys.
And usually I don't, like, it's only tonight's 3 recordings that we've done that I've talked through the ToeVee guide and we've discussed everything.
Yeah, usually you just move on.
Usually I just let you go. I don't know why I'm talking so much in these.
It makes it better.
It's great. Yeah.
You should talk more often, Josh.
Yeah.
I don't know if anyone's ever told you that. If anyone's ever looked at you while you're explaining something and be like, you know what? Keep doing it.
You should talk more.
You should talk more.
Pretty sure Maxine basically tells me to shut up sometimes when I over-explain a lot of things and she's like, I get it. And I'm like, fair enough. I know I've spoken too long, but I just need to get it out sometimes.
Yeah. Oh, the internet's cutting you off anyway. Let's go back to the guys. Much like GG Easy, we're done.
Not forever, though.
Oh, yeah, true. But we're taking the Widowmaker off the menu. So
that's right.
That's another similarity. We usually had the Widowmaker up for offer, but from this point on, we only have weirdly fruity ones that just don't taste nice. They're very citrusy and like they don't feel like they belong in a bubble tea.
They weren't as good. No. The closest like good one was probably Uncle Ben. Uncle
Ben, because it was Uncle
Owen's.
Owen. Yes, yeah.
Uncle Owen's milk, blue milk.
Yeah,
and that was okay. Yeah, but it wasn't quite there.
We're sad you're gone, GG Easy.
We are. If you can't tell,
every time we're like, "Fuck your drinks," but also we're sad you're not there anymore, and it genuinely is like, it's crazy because when I trip to Melbourne, and I'm sure when you're in Melbourne, it's just like, probably go GG Easy. Why not?
Yeah.
It's just easy to go to.
Just wander over there. Yeah. If there's not like a big gaming thing on, you can just go in.
Yeah.
Like it's not super busy.
No.
There's always people there.
There's always people, but it wasn't like crazy busy. Yeah. Very sad.
Yeah. We never got to try their food. I wonder whether that was part of the downfall too.
I tried the food. The food was great.
That's right. Yeah. Because you went to GG Easy the year before you introduced me to it.
Yes. Yeah.
So I'd never been there, but you went with the back pocket crew.
Yeah. Screenplay crew at that point.
Screenplay at that stage. Yeah.
The food was great. It was just a bunch of burgers, and the burgers were very nice.
Nice.
So yeah, maybe that was the beginning of the end. Not serving burgers. Because you can't get I can't get a burger in Melbourne.
Can't get a burger anywhere.
No, it's hard.
Speaking of, I'm getting one tomorrow. Very keen. At a place called Juanita Peaches.
That doesn't sound like they sell burgers.
They do burgers and donuts.
Not peaches?
Apparently
what the
not.
Fuck?
But the donuts are also like cool weird ones, like ube and stuff. Yeah.
What the fuck is ube?
So since dating Maxine, I've been introduced to all of these like crazy weird flavors of like it turns up in like Japanese things.
Yeah, of course.
So ube is like a Japanese flavor. It's like purple, I think. There's all these new.
You were like, it's a flavor. It's purple. That's not a flavor.
Well, I can't explain it because it's ube. It's just a thing. It's just a thing that exists. It's crazy. And there's a few different ones that she's introduced me to in the last couple of months, or the last like 6 months, or since we started dating, I guess about a year ago.
Yeah.
And there's like 3 specific ones that I can think of, but I can't remember the name of, that have come up. They come up in like mochi flavors and stuff as well.
Yeah.
And yeah, they're nice. They're not like sweet. They're like a kind of like a savory candy sort of flavor thing. But yeah, this place anyway does like interesting donuts, not just your standards.
Yeah, okay.
They do some standards as well. They have like I think they call it the Homer, which is just
good.
pink with colorful sprinkles.
Yep.
And yeah, so they do unique flavors and things.
Yeah,
so
cool.
Juanita Peaches, I think it's in Hawthorne, maybe, or no, it's not in Hawthorne. I don't know where it is.
It's in purple.
It's in Melbourne somewhere. You'll find it.
Yeah. Sick.
Yeah, they're good, and they're very unassuming too, because they're like basically in a side street.
Yeah.
And you wouldn't just randomly come across them.
Yeah.
Like you wouldn't walk past it on a main strip and go, let's go there. It looks really cool. It looks really indie. When I went there, I was waiting for 15 minutes for my family to arrive. Yeah. My extended, like my cousins that also live down here.
Yeah.
And they were
lost.
Like basically no one was in there. I was the only one sitting in there. Maybe like one other couple were in there eating. So it's like it's a bit of a hidden gem.
Yeah, wow.
But hitting it up again because my younger cousins just want to go there again for some reason instead of trying somewhere new.
Yeah.
So
nice.
Yes,
get a burger in you. Yeah, exciting. Well, if you're feeling like a burger on a Tuesday, get a burger in you.
Get a burger in you.
Get a burger in
Do it. Yeah.
And go watch Only Murders in the Building. There'll be stuff. Josh and I may have played Blanc on Monday.
Hopefully.
Yeah, I think we might have done that.
Let's do that.
Assume we have.
At this stage, let's do it.
Yeah.
Tuesday, I hope we did.
Yeah. And you'll be able to go watch probably the full playthrough of the game, because apparently it's only 2 hours. If we're really good at it, you may be able to just go watch us play the entire video game Blanc.
Good. Let's do it.
Or Blank.
Let's make it happen.
We'll find out what feels relevant to the video game when we play it.
Blanc. Love it.
Benoit Blanc.
Perfect.
And there'll be other things. Until the next time, though. I've been Will.
I've been Josh.
Oh, 2 weeks, Joshua.
2 weeks? Oh my goodness.
Less than that at the time of this going out. Crazy.
That's it. 2 weeks and I'll be taken off the menu for a couple of weeks.
You'll be forever. But also off the menu.
Well, off that one. I meant for the podcast. I meant for the podcast and for ETTO stuff.
Jeez,
I meant, yeah.
That's a short stay.
End the pod.
All right, end it.